the next question, this is interesting one. Will artificial intelligence take over our jobs? And I think this question is actually as old as automation is in a human species. And wherever there is some new technology, new tool, we are asking similar questions, but with a different subject. And as of now, at least, I'm treating this question in a similar category. But let us actually drill down a little bit. So when we speak about artificial intelligence, we normally speak about general intelligence. Let's say we normally think that we normally have in front of our eyes this C-3PO or R2-D2 from Star Wars, intelligent robots or applications that are speaking to us as a human beings, and this is not actually something that is realistic as of now. I think that from whatever I know, I may be wrong, but from all information I gathered in different companies I worked with, we are in the sense of that technology very far from this general intelligence, this reasoning, this human reasoning that we are afraid of. So in that sense, this is something that may be far on the horizon, or maybe even very far on the horizon, but this is not something that we have, at least now, or what it seems to me in the next 5 to 10 years. I may be wrong, but that is based on all information that I have. However, what we do have is a more and more advanced and more complex algorithms of data analytics, but also language understanding applications. What that means? That means that we have more and more advanced algorithms to recognize speech, to bring it to a written text, then also to analyze written text, and based on it understand, quote unquote, what we are talking about, and then pull out some actions. So these kind of applications are something that is more and more advanced, so that when we, let's say, speak to an application or to a robot, quote unquote, again, understands what we are talking about, and it can actually gives us the answer. Now, what is important to understand? Normally, this kind of knowledge, either certain data domain or a language domain, are really this so-called domain knowledge, right? So we need to train our applications and robots with huge amount of information inside this domain. So if we speak, for example, about IT knowledge, and if we would like to have this robot that is answering on a problem regarding certain application, let's take Skype as an example, and if you want to speak about Skype and resolve certain issues, you need to have a huge amount of examples for your applications that application can learn from, and based on your question, it will analyze what the answer is the most probable one. And then, so those are domain knowledges. There is no intelligence, human intelligence behind it. So when you speak with such a robot, it's based on a training. There is no general reasoning behind. So if you would switch to speak with this robot instead of Skype, switch to speak about juices, it will have no idea what you are talking about, because it is not trained about it, right? Now, when you then combine certain domain knowledge applications, so for example, text to speech to text application, then application that is analyzing your documents and can pull out some answers. When you add some deep data analysis and so on, all of these together can really appear as an immensely intelligent thing that brings this wow effect to a user. But when you drill it down, it really addresses certain smaller elements of work that could be analyzed, could be automized, sorry. Now, apologies. Sorry for that. Now, what that means, the most probably every of our job roles can be analyzed in such a way that we have a necessary human element and things that can be automized, right? So on these things that could be automized, that are less intense brain using activities, these are the areas where we'll be actually implementing these softwares or applications, right? So more and more we will automate things that can be automated. But for me, that is only a good news, because human beings will have more time to actually think about certain topics and work on a more complex, more challenging, more fulfilling jobs. So automation will come, it will take and change jobs, it will automate a lot of things. But that is not necessarily bad, because then we would use human beings for something that only human beings can do, and it is more fulfilling and a better world, if you ask me. That also means that we should be active, learning, preparing for this better future, not being complacent. However, from my point of view, that's a good thing. If we go back to a steam machines, right? So people were saying we will lose all of our job because we were using horses, and so it was taken also as a apocalyptic event. But we are way beyond now steam machines, right? So and we have more people on the globe. So, and people have their jobs also. So as we lose certain even industries or jobs, new jobs appear. And it seems to me that throughout the history, that was something that can bring us a little bit of a confidence. Of course, I do hear a lot of very clever, smart people that are developing actually general intelligence. Elon Musk is an example. All of the big brands are investing. IT brands are investing in artificial intelligence. IBM, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, and others. So I cannot have 100% certainty what the world would look like in 50 years. But in a sense of AI and taking over project management and our jobs, I'm more hopeful than I'm worried. However, I'm also prepared to learn all the time and actually upskill myself all the time.